You know, as a financial professional, there is nothing I can't stand more than having a conversation with somebody saying, God, I wish I had more wealth. I wish I had more abundance. The reality is you can create that for yourself. But there are certain things that are existing potentially in your world that are keeping you down. Well, here today, what we're going to talk about is the 5 things that are keeping you poor. Bad habit number 1, no long-term vision. Having a long-term financial vision is an essential part of building wealth. It involves setting clear, specific, and measurable financial goals and creating a plan to achieve them with a time frame of 5 to 10 years or more. What do they say? A goal without a plan is a wish, right? Well, the dreams are free. The hustle is sold separately. It's one of my favorite quotes. And the reality is, there's a goal for every dollar that's in your pocket. The question is, have you set that goal? Have you identified what financial freedom looks like for you? At some point or another, it's going to cross your mind that you didn't achieve it. And the reason that you didn't achieve it is because you didn't talk about it. You didn't first put it out. Define financial freedom. There is a point A to a point B. Doesn't mean there aren't wealth eroding factors that are going to try to slow you down. Our job is to help you to subside those. You have to define the goal for us. That way we can assist you in mitigating the risk to getting there. Bad habit number 2, living beyond your means. Living beyond your means is a dangerous habit that can lead to debt, financial instability, and a cycle of stress which depletes your energy. It can also prevent you from saving and investing for your future wealth. Not talking about cutting out Starbucks. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you're living beyond your means, it means that potentially you're living in a home that you can't afford. It means that you're living in an apartment that you can't afford. It means you're driving a vehicle that maybe you shouldn't be driving. Does it make sense for you to have a $350 monthly cell phone bill and not put any money into the bank? The answer is absolutely not. We spend all this money on things that we deem to be important, and yet the one thing that we don't seem to deem as important is saving our own money, putting it in our own pocket. If you haven't built into your budget to pay yourself first, 10, 15, 20% of your income on a month-over-month basis, guess what? You're running for the east looking for a sunset, just like Rob Gill says, because you're never going to find that financial abundance because you're just on that hamster wheel. Bad habit number 3, misuse of debt. There are 2 types of debt, bad debt and good debt. Bad debt represents credit cards, car loans, consumables, clothes, watches, etc. And then there's good debt, education, business, mortgages, asset building. In my opinion, debt is not a bad thing. It's just the misuse of debt that we try to help you to avoid. Debt where I can't get a return on my investment, aka non-deductible debt, is debt that we look to try to avoid, right? Extended credit card debt where there's high interest and I'm only making, minimum payments or something of that nature. Guess what? I can't write off that debt. Car loans, I can't write off that debt. Purchases or acquisitions of things, again, on a credit card, I can't write off that debt. But there is nothing wrong with having debt that returns equity to me, aka a mortgage, aka asset building, things where I can get a tax deduction on my income tax return for the interest that I'm writing off, right? Can't do it with a home equity line, unfortunately, anymore, but you can do it with your mortgage. So anyone who is telling you that you ought to accelerate and just eliminate your mortgage, they might not be taking into consideration the fact that you might need that tax deduction, right? There's good debt and bad debt. And by the way, that debt can be leveraged to build assets and build wealth. And we'll talk about that here in a moment. Bad habit number 4, no tolerance for risk. Risk is an inherent part of building wealth, and avoiding risk altogether can lead to missing out on opportunities for growth. However, it's important to understand and manage risk by diversifying investments and not overexposing oneself to high-risk investments. There are 2 things that push investment decision-making: fear and greed. If I'm fearful, I'm not going to make a decision. If I'm greedy, I'm doubling down on a decision. Have you ever actually taken the time to identify and define my tolerance for taking risk in investments? With risk comes reward. With risk comes potential loss. Here's 2 questions that you need to ask yourself. Number 1, by not taking risk, What am I sacrificing for myself in what we call lost opportunity cost? What could I have gained, but I missed out upon because I did not take action? But question number 2 is the money that I'm putting into investments that have risk hedged? There are strategies where we can create leverage for you, where when you make an investment, that money still works for you where it came from. And just like windshield wipers, my money is now working for me in 2 places at once. Here's what we really want to help you to define. Do I have control over my ROI? Guess what? I want to double down on controllable rate of return. We have to define what your tolerance is to investing into things that can produce massive results while hedging at the exact same time. Bad habit number 5, not investing in yourself. Investing in yourself is an important step in building wealth, as it can help you increase your earning potential and open up new opportunities. This can include education, workshops, mentors, and even life insurance. I've been in this business now for about 23 years. And for the first, I'd say 17, 18 years, I had a scarcity mindset. I was afraid to invest into myself. And the reason for that, quite frankly, is because I didn't have the abundance to believe that by doubling down and investing in myself, it was going to improve my outcome. Well, in 2019, I made the decision to invest into myself and attend a 3-day workshop with a partner of ours named Sean Calgi, and it changed my life. It created proximity, it created exposure, it created a belief and a formula for me to build out a practice that I never could have dreamed of with relationships with people like Chris Crone. The point is, if you're not investing in what's between these 2 ears, you're sacrificing your greatest asset, which is your ability to create an income. Investment into yourself also can be deductible, right? Education can be a deductible item. But if you don't have the belief that by putting money into your most valuable asset, yourself, is going to accelerate your wealth, then look in the mirror. Please look in the mirror and define whether or not that belief system needs to be restructured. Invest into yourself, folks. How to finance your dreams. Breaking these 5 bad habits take time, effort, and a plan. Don't think you need to tackle this financial journey alone. Partner with experts who have helped hundreds of people on their journey to financial freedom. At Epic, we have a conversation literally every 15 minutes with somebody who's looking to define financial freedom, right? It doesn't show up and knock on your front door. It takes work, it takes effort, and it goes brick by brick. Here's the good news. We're excited to lay down those bricks with you. Through time, through diligence, and process, we can help you to not only define that financial freedom, but get out of the scarcity mindset. Start feeling abundant. Start feeling excited about yourself, about your family's financial future. Is it possible? Damn right it's possible. It just is going to take some effort. And we want to help you lay down that foundation. And one of those foundational pieces is what we refer to as base camp. Yes, it's life insurance, cash value life insurance that's accumulating at all times. When it's structured the right way, it can create abundance, it can create flexibility, it can create leverage, and it can create opportunity. If your expectation is that financial freedom is going to knock on your door by tomorrow, you're going to be drastically disappointed. Here's the good news. If you take things strategically, step by step, and brick by brick, you can construct a plan, a game plan to insulate you from risk and create the financial freedom and abundance that you'll be looking for. And guess what? You're going to drastically outperform your expectations when you have a team of professionals working on your behalf to assist you with building that out. We at Epic are very, very excited to be that resource for you. So go ahead and click that link below. A member of our team will have a conversation with you about defining financial freedom, looking at what you've done, and helping you to impact decisions for tomorrow before you make those decisions.